2024, who a lot of us fell into the trap of the Gold Coast Titans and tipped them to make the top 8. I think I tipped them to either make the 8 or just miss. I had them certainly having a good year. 8 wins, 16 losses, and finished 14th. They started the season with 6 straight losses and ended the season with 5 straight losses. 10 times they were beaten 13 plus.
Yeah.
Absolutely carved up. Minus 168 point difference. They beat the Warriors in an anomaly, 66-6 in round 16. 66-6 in round 16.
Say that fast, Kenny.
And, Khan-Periera, that was the rose between the thorns, so to speak.
And our man, Kinney.
Keanu Kinney.
That was a rose. That was a...
Yeah. Yep. So the concern I have, in fact, before I have my opinion, Brian, your opinion on the Gold Coast Titans in 2025.
Oh, I can't get away from their woeful defensive record.
Yes.
That's just got me because you thought, and everyone I fell into. Well, yeah, Sammy fell into the trap. You thought, it's Desi. They're going to be a hard nosed. We know what they're going to be fit, and they're just going to defend. Well, it didn't sort of work out that way. Again, they were a little bit like the Tigers. I didn't know what they were doing defensive wise, the structure and stuff like that. Tino was a massive loss. Tino was huge.
Yeah, you know the other thing too, and Desi's had great success as a coach, one of the great coaches. But the game has changed dramatically. Yeah. Ivan Cleary has turned the game on its head defensively, right? So the game has massively changed. Defense is a problem for them, and here's where a lot of people are going to fall into the Gold Coast Titans, and I hope I'm wrong. This pack, potential starting pack. Mo Fodawaker,
tick.
Queensland representative. Yep. Sam Verrills, premiership winning dummy half. Regan Campbell-Gillard.
Was the Eels' best player last year.
Yes. David Feeder, Beau Fermor, Tino Fasuamala-Awi. That's your forward pack.
Yeah, it's pretty handy. So
very handy.
There is no excuse this year for Des because he's got the forward pack that he wants.
My concern is this, that if you go through all the top try scorers, it's a real big number if you've scored 15% of your team's tries. So that's the kind of number that Dom Young would come up with.
Yeah.
That's the kind of number that, those top Kyle Felt for Cowboys, around that 15% mark. If you score 15% of your team's tries, that's a big number. Khan-Periera, on just brute pace, he scored 27% of the Titans' tries, but then he missed 3 or 4 games. So in the games he played, he scored 30% of their tries. That's a big number. So what's happening elsewhere is my concern. Where are the tries coming from?
Well, they were going down that side. That was their favourite
I get
side.
that, but still, 30% coming from the one player, Brian.
Yeah. Now that I didn't know that was good research.
It's great research.
I suppose he's going to have to make a call on Kieran Foran. We heard that AJ has been training in the halves.
AJ is not a halfback.
Oh, well, that's what he's been training there.
He's not a halfback. No, we all know he's not a halfback.
But do they play him at 6? Do they put him at 6? And do they put Campbell at 7? I don't know whether Jaden Campbell is ready to control the team. That's why you need Foz in there.
So why is there doubt around Foz? He has to be the halfback.
Well, no, there has been a bit of there's been a little bit of noise coming out that AJ's been training in the halves, and Jaden Campbell's going to be there because you've got to have Kinney at fullback.
Yeah, Jaden Campbell and Brimson cannot be the halves. They cannot be the halves.
Where are you going to play AJ? Centers didn't work.
I like Matty Johns. We didn't ask him about that today, but he suggested in the past that lock role. I'd love to see him
starting
there.
lock.
Yeah,
he has to be starting. It can't be.
Yeah,
you're not paying a bloke $1 million.
Why not, mate? Yeah. The modern game. I like that. Kieran Foran's got to make it up at 7. If he can't make it up at 7, at the price, and I don't wish to say this with a smile, Titans fans, but I think they're the bet at the price for the spoon.
Ooh.
Yep.
Joel Kane.
Yeah. At the price, purely at the price.
Yeah, what is the price?
$10.
Okay.
What are you really gambling with? I think they're the bet at the price for the spoon. For the reasons being that I don't think they've got a lot of depth. Yes, they've got a wonderful starting side, but you do have players coming off injury. And I just don't know where the points come through. I don't know where the playmaking points come through. Sam Verrill's great dummy half, not really a highly scheming dummy half. I don't know. What do you think, folks? Am I way off target? Maybe I am. 1300 01 1170, but I do think a lot of people will read that forward pack and they'll go, oh, they're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be top 8. I am not falling into that trap in 2025. I can tell you that much, Brian.
Yeah, they're not in my top 8 either. But it'd be interesting to see how Tino comes back. He's the leader. Bo Famore, he played all last year.
Yeah, but he came off a bad injury the year before.
The ACL. The halves are they're out. When you look at these, if there's no Kieran Foran, there are no playmakers, patient playmakers.
Carter Gordon.
Haven't heard much.
Australian rugby kid. He's a half. What do we get from him?
Big kid. I don't know. I don't think he'll play first grade this year.
It's a big jump, isn't it?
Huge jump. If you haven't played the code before.
Yep. Titan CEO Steve Mitchell on Tino being bigger than ever. He said this on Mornings with Matt White.
He's bigger again. Like he's a kid he's a man, obviously, but athletically, he's just quite extraordinary. He's bigger, stronger, quicker, more engaged. He's a year older. I think his captaincy and his leadership has developed with that maturity. He's something to watch. So I can't wait to see him get back out in front of that squad.
This is a text from the Barn Owl. Do the Titans have the best pack in the comp? Mo, Verrills, reverse cowgirl for feeder for more, and Tino.
On paper, great pack. But you've got to think about, like Regan Campbell-Gillard, for example. They had a great pack at Parramatta too last year. And they went close to getting a spoon. So you can have a great pack, but if you don't have the halves controlling it and the playmakers and the difference makers.
Kicking game.
Yeah, all that. I'm not falling into the Titans trap. I'm sorry.
I'm going rogue again. Fitzy says Foz is looking very, very fit.
Well, he's the key. He's the key. Kieran Foran has to. Well, in fact, you know what, Brian? If you want to back the Titans for the top 8, may as well just back Khan-Periera top try scorer again.
Yeah, that's their go.
Because if they make the top 8, he will be the top try scorer.
We got a caller here. It's Tim from Hement. Where's Hement? Am I saying that correctly?
Hement's in Brisbane.
Oh,
yeah, in Brisbane.
Whereabouts?
It's
Tim?
nothing too excited. I just by the Gateway Bridge. Nothing too exciting happening here.
Oh, okay.
But I was a bit surprised about you saying Titans might be making the wooden spoon. I thought probably another candidate for the wooden spoon would have to be the Eels, especially if Moses gets injured.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I tell you what I've done, though. Tim, just to give you some background as to why I think they are the value. If you go through the bottom 4 teams for points conceded, you know, the other teams like Parramatta, Parramatta's got a reason. You've got, you know, Moses only played 8 games. Riles turns up. They didn't win it last year, so you kind of go, okay, well, I can't really pick them. And then you go the Tigers, and you go, okay, well, the Tigers pick up more premiership winners. They've got Taruva turning up. You've got Luai turning up. So there is a case away from the West Tigers to do that. Just at the price, Tim. That's all it is. It's very, very hard to pick a... Ultimately, the wooden spoon's going to come down to a big injury for a team. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, yes, yeah. And it just shows you how good the competition is too, because none of us would want any of the guys to come last, but there has to be someone who comes first.
Correct.
And there's got to be someone who comes last, and you just can't pick who it is. But it's going to be a great competition.
Timmy, who's your team?
Oh, I'm terrible. I've got about 5. So I'm at least happy at the end of the season, because at least one of them got into the finals.
Hang on. Sorry, Tim. You support 5 teams.
Oh. Well, you know, collectively over the years, I go off one team and on to another. But these days, you know, it's so entertaining, a lot of the teams. I can't just have one. I really enjoy quite a lot of the teams, you know. Even the mighty Penriths, I used to go for them back in the day when they weren't doing too well. But I shied off them these days because they're just winning so much. So it's pretty awesome.
Who is your team?
But,
who's your 5? I'm gonna have a go. Sugar and I can play a little game. Yeah. It's pick Tim's teams.
Okay, pick Tim's
I'm going to say, and if we get one, you pass to the next.
Okay, righto.
Melbourne Storm.
No,
he's an underdog man. He would have fell in love with the Up the Wars movement. Warriors will be a team.
Yes.
Okay. Do I stay with it?
Yeah, you stay with it.
Okay, all right. Okay. You'd have a soft spot for Canberra.
Yes,
Yeah.
back in the days when the South Brisbane
God.
headed down there with Wayne Bennett and brought all the boys down.
Okay, you got two teams.
Absolutely.
Keep going.
Yeah. Newcastle might play a part in your life, Tim.
No.
Okay, you're out. Okay, I reckon South Sydney. You seemed like quite the traditionalist.
Yes.
Yes.
South Sydney.
It's South Sydney. So what, three? We've got three. You're up in
You got a
Brisbane.
big heart, Tim. I've got the next team, but you go again, Brian.
Yeah, well, I'll go again.
Yeah,
So, he doesn't like the flashy stuff, so I think Brisbane are out, even though he lives at Helmet, near Helmet. He's a helmet lover.
They're close.
I'm going to say Titans. I'm going to say you're a Titans man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's prompted the call. So to take it home, Brian.
4, and the last team is, you said you're a Penrith fan, but you're not anymore. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I used to love Penrith.
But not anymore. Are they in your top 5, Helmet Man?
No, definitely not. No, definitely not.
The last one is
Probably pretty odd.
the Dogs. You're a Dogs man because you froth on Gus and his saunas. Am I correct?
That would be a frightening place to be. No.
No, he's a Tigers man. You're a Tiger man, aren't you, Tim? Tiger Tim.
No.
Oh, who's the 5th team? We've got to go.
Well, sorry, it has to be the Dolphins, and the Dolphins have sort of got a bit of that Queensland style of football we all love. Whether they win or lose.
No!
Sorry, Tim.
You're a bad man, tourist. Tim the liker. He likes 5 teams.
I desperate to know how many times has he got 5 girlfriends on the go,
Yeah.
5 wives. What is that?
You know what? Stay online. You can lead us out for the quiz, Tim. We've got the quiz coming up right now. 1300 01 1170. Tim, 5-team Tim. He's going to lead us out of the break for the quiz. 1300 01 1170. Signet Power Banks and the $150 golf box vouchers coming up right after this.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.